All right, back at it. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Pro and Bro Wrestling Podcast. What are you doing right now? Are you smelling what The Rock is cooking?
It's Wrestlemania season, baby.
Wrestlemania season. I thought you were doing that because I was wearing The Rock shirt.
Well, hey, great minds think alike.
That's true. And it's also Wrestlemania season, man. This is like Christmas for me. I get so excited for Wrestlemania.
I get super duper excited, man. I've been a fan. I've been a part of it. So just to be able to vibe with you and talk about it is going to be a lot of fun. The one thing that I love about WrestleMania and the big pay-per-views are what gear people wear.
Yes,
so
me too.
Starting in November, that's when you got to start getting your WrestleMania gear ready.
That's
because
crazy.
These seamstresses get booked, man, and they get overwhelmed. There's tons of talent that want to have that new gear, and as a fan, as a kid growing up, I always was just mesmerized by the different gear.
Me too. Do you guys only get one seamstress? Like everyone go to that person? Like WWE assigns you one, or do you have your own hookups?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, backstage there's 3 of them.
Oh wow.
And they're all great. They're all wonderful. I've worked with them all. My favorite is Makazi, who's also married to
Sasha Banks.
The boss. Hey, you know it all. Mr. Know-It-All. You turn into Pedram.
I know my ish.
Yeah, Pedram is the owner of Headquarters Clothing, so that's a cheap plug for him.
Yeah, what's up, Pedram?
But Mr. Know-It-All, but that's good, yeah. But they're together. Makazi and I used to wrestle on the Independents.
That's cool.
So him and I go way back. I think in the future, I think he'd be a cool guest to have.
Yeah, that'd be amazing, man.
Because he's backstage, he can tell you, and that's the interesting stuff about, what people want, the vision in their gear and stuff like that. Like me, my favorite colors to wear are blue. Blue's my favorite color.
Yeah, you did wear a lot of blue.
Blue, gold. It's just very powerful, and I just love black too.
Yeah.
Again, the main eventers wear black. Can get away with wearing black, Triple H being one of my favorite guys.
Right.
And I'm excited to see him this year, WrestleMania.
That's right, man.
Batista.
That's right.
And he's got it easy, I feel, Arnold.
He's got it easy, this time around?
Because anything goes match, right?
That's true. I forgot that it was a no holds bar.
So you can do anything. There's no, he can't get hurt,
Yeah.
He can't get hurt, so you can just do whatever. Well, actually, you can get hurt, but it's just going to be a brawl.
Yeah,
it's going to be a brawl. I'm sure they're going to use a lot of furniture there.
Yeah, the kitchen sink.
Yeah,
as they say.
Yeah,
that's
furniture.
Right.
I got that from Dusty.
Yeah, I hear that a few times too. So I figured in this episode, we're already starting to do it, but we're gonna talk about.
I'm jumping the gun.
No, it's all good, man. We're rolling. We're going to talk about WrestleMania. We're going to talk about a lot about your past experiences with WrestleMania. And we're also going to, have some fun conversations about possible our own version of a WrestleMania dream match. And we're also going to run down the card a little bit. But before we get started all of that, quickly just want to mention... Yes?
I got some good news and bad news.
Okay, give me the bad news first.
The bad news is... You remember I was talking to you about going to WrestleMania. I was trying to get some stuff going out for WrestleMania, but I'm unable to do it now because I have another thing. Another thing coming up. So let me pull it up on my phone. I got an email.
All right.
So if you want to just read it, the reason why we can't make WrestleMania is because...
Okay. The whole thing? You want me to read the whole thing?
Well, I mean, just, we got all the time in the world.
Dear Fred's management, I am reaching out on behalf of the Outside Film Festival, Miami, the largest LGBTQ film festival in Florida that was recently named the #2 top film and media event in Miami, South Florida, which is quite a feat for a niche. We understand that Fred lives in Miami Beach. Okay. I am writing you to check on Fred Rosser'S / Darren Young's availability to receive our honorary Celebrity Vanguard Award. Oh my gosh, dude. Right here.
No, keep going. You
okay.
read.
The Vanguard.
Just read up to there because all this is private.
Sure. The Vanguard Award is presented to a celebrity talent who has demonstrated outstanding leadership and support of community equality, representation, and education. Wow, man.
So that's why I can't.
Gotta give you a hug for that, bro. Congratulations, man. That's huge.
So it's like my biggest, man. Like when I found out about that recently, it's just like, man, like my biggest honor. Dude. So I'm just speechless, but I've been thinking about what I'm gonna say honestly on it. I can't beat around the bush. Like I wanna like leave a lasting impression on people. Yeah. And I mainly am gonna prepare like a speech, acceptance speech. Yeah. And I'm gonna mirror, and I have it all planned out in my head.
I'm sure you do, man.
I have it all planned out. Yeah. I'm gonna mirror or surround my acceptance speech around, little birdie told me that Hollywood is in need of a gay superhero. There's no one more qualified than what you see is what you get here.
That's true.
Like I say, I always say my fight's much more bigger than in the ring. It's outside of the ring and all that good stuff. So your superhero is live and in color, baby.
Yeah, man.
So I'm going to surround my acceptance speech around that. And hopefully you can get a buzz.
Yeah, dude.
Because I'm ready.
You've been ready.
I'm doing the acting classes just to get those reps in.
Yeah.
I had to admit to myself that you need more reps in acting class. You need to. The hardest thing, Arnold, and you can agree with me, is reading 3 or 4 pages of a script.
Yep.
Of dialogue that you didn't write, and you have to remember it.
Especially when you're not the best in school and you have a hard time memorizing things.
That's why we gel together. And I try not to memorize. I try to just act, not act, react, and just try to understand what the story is. That's helped me out a lot, getting the reps with that. But that's the hardest thing, man. Reading words that someone else wrote and not sounding like you're reading word for word. So I'm getting those reps in, and I'm very happy to be accepting this award. That's the reason why we can't go to Wrestlemania. But I think I'll probably be, if you're gonna be watching it,
which I am,
I can probably watch it with you. But I'm gonna be coming back coming back like Sunday morning.
Gotcha.
So definitely we can watch it and all that good stuff.
Yeah, man. Dude, that's amazing. So proud of you, dude.
Yeah.
That's huge news. Congrats.
No, thank you.
It's going to be hard to top that now. Now my announcement's not really that cool.
No, don't say that.
No, but it is cool. I just want to quickly let you guys know that we are finally now on iTunes. And that is such a big deal for me because, I don't know, it just makes it official to have our podcast on iTunes now. But make sure you guys check us out on iTunes. I'll leave the link down in the description box down below. Make sure you guys subscribe. Give us a review. If you like the podcast, make sure you give us a 5-star rating. And that's all I wanted to say about that. Just quickly let you guys know that we're now accessible on iTunes.
Yes.
And let's talk about WrestleMania, man. So freaking excited. Right now, what's the date today? March 25th?
Oh, I don't know, man.
Something like that. Whatever. WrestleMania is 2 weeks away. By the time that you guys are seeing this, should be in a couple of days. But for now, where we're at right now, some cards are not official yet. Like the whole WrestleMania card has not been formed yet. But there's a good chunk that we can talk about. But quickly, just we want to start off by talking about Wrestlemania Experiences, man.
Wrestlemania Experiences. Well, for me, my first Wrestlemania experience, well, actually, 2 WrestleManias that really stand out to me.
Okay.
As a kid was WrestleMania 9, which was Caesar Palace outside.
The whole toga party,
the
little Caesar,
and wackiness with it. I think Hogan and. No, I think it was Brett and Yoko.
Yep.
Brett and Yoko.
Mr. Fuji.
Doing his dirty work.
With the powder to the eyes.
And then Hogan to save the day. That was a lot of fun for me. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. And I have a question. Do you remember why Hogan had a black eye?
That's a good story. Yeah, no, I think he might have dropped a dumbbell, I heard.
Real? Oh my God, on his face?
Something like that.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like he dropped a weight on his. I don't know.
Yeah. Wow.
But that's what I remember as a kid hearing.
Yeah.
On, I don't know if AOL or something like that. I heard it somewhere.
AOL.
Or a magazine. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or what did they say happened?
I don't know. I never read into it.
Did they mention it on
the show?
Yeah.
Not that I recall, dude. They probably didn't.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
No, keep going.
I do remember that Brett wasn't in the best mood, knowing that what was gonna happen at the end of his match. He there's some miscommunication that happened with obviously the triangle of Vince, Hogan, and Brett. What Brett thought Vince said and what Hogan thought Vince said, so they went a little back and forth. But they both went to Vince, and like Vince cleared like the result of how it's gonna be. But I think Brett is holding some resentment to how he felt that Hogan didn't want to put him over that WrestleMania, because that was Brett's time. We can't deny that. That was like Brett's time, and it would have been nice for Brett to finish the show as champion. Mm-hmm. Especially that time, I don't think we need another Hogan title run at WrestleMania 9. Mm-hmm. He was about to do like Thunder in Paradise and everything. So,
Hogan, he wants his cake in. He wants to have his cake and eat it too, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you can't really blame him. He's a businessman. He's gonna look out for himself, But that was a fun WrestleMania. Like that, I think that was also the first WrestleMania that Shawn Michaels had a solo match. He wrestled against Tatanka for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, was that the opening match?
I don't remember, dude. I don't even remember like how the order of the card went. But he was in there for sure. I think he won by like disqualification or something.
Yeah, you want to hear a funny story that I actually witnessed? Tatanka.
Okay, let's hear it.
Which WrestleMania? Because again, like my brain is like, which WrestleMania was he like part of the Rumble?
Wait, there was a Rumble? Oh, like recently?
Yeah, I think it was like either 3 years ago, or he was part of maybe the Andre, or
okay, it has to be the Andre.
Yeah,
because that's the only reason why there was a Rumble at Mania.
I forget which. I guess it was one of them. And he like we were all standing in line to like go out, and he was like one of the last guys, I guess, to go out. Okay. And he was waiting, and like no one has music except for one or two guys that are actually on TV. And plus, they'll let you know if you have music or not. Okay. And he's standing about to go out in line, and he's telling the people to hit his music.
Okay. All right.
And they're like, "You're not getting music." Yeah, like he thought he was supposed to get music. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then like apparently like he was like late to the ring.
Oh no!
Like, oh my goodness! So that's my funny Tatanka experience just from seeing it.
Yeah. So, did you had any interaction with him backstage?
No, but I was always a big fan of him.
Yeah,
always a big fan of him, and just like he was just so solid. He just had that big barrel chest, and just I just loved his work in the ring.
I would always remember watching those like Coliseum videos with it was like probably like the best of Shawn Michaels, and the match with Tatanka was in there. And this is when Shawn Michaels was babyface with his World Championship run. And every time he wrestled, I feel like they have a routine. So because I've seen him do it more than once. Since every time he wrestles Tatanka, he does this thing where I feel so bad because it's so racist. Like he will never do this now, but he like taunts him with the little Indian like. Oh, Shawn? Like, yeah, he does a little like Indian dance, and of course Tatanka gets pissed and tries to go after him. But the crowd loved it, man. Shawn was a good baby face. Okay, so WrestleMania 9, that's your like one of your most memorable WrestleMania watching
that I can remember watching as a kid, and then WrestleMania 10 would have to be MSG. With that short entrance, I was like,
Square Gardens. Yes, always that short entrance.
Yeah, I love the long entrance. They can get away with having a long entrance at MSG. It's just the way they position the arena. But like, that short entrance, I was like, I just hate it.
Yeah,
I just hate it. But again, first ever WrestleMania ladder match, it was off the hook that I can remember. Was it Savage and Crush? They were fighting backstage.
Yeah. I was just, you know, it's funny that you mentioned WrestleMania 10. This morning I was listening to Bruce Pritchard, Something to Wrestle With podcast, and they're going over WrestleMania 10, and they're talking about like Crush Bryan Adams and like Macho Man's like, it's like the match.
Yeah.
Like Bruce said that he hated the match.
Oh, he hated
He
it.
hated the match. He said it was like 9 minutes too long, and the match was 9 minutes.
Oh, wow.
But from what I
That's
heard,
a low blow.
that was, yeah, and you know, he's like, I hate like talking ill about the dead, but like yeah, he didn't like the match, and apparently Mach really wanted to work with Brian because like they're like good friends, but they just didn't have that chemistry in the ring. But speaking also of WrestleMania 10, you know what I don't get till this day, and I always remember this. Every time Shawn has a ladder match with Razor, WrestleMania 10, and also SummerSlam, why did they feel they had to do a spot where they pull Michael's trunks down and show his butt? Was that for the ladies? Because he's the Heartbreak Kid?
Absolutely. And I've done that on the minor league level because it always gets a big pop from the crowd.
Yeah.
It's just fun and everything. But as a kid being closeted, I always enjoyed watching.
I'm sorry. You pause it?
Yeah, you're right, man. Don't fuck. Oh, sorry, my language.
It's all good.
You have to bleep that
That's
out
all
or
good.
something.
Yeah. Dude, but like, yeah, I mean, like, I think I was like probably like 9 at that time, and I'm like watching it. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
And no, of course, at that time I thought wrestling was real, so I thought like it was like an accident. But I'm like just thinking like, Razor, why do you keep like grabbing his trunks like that, man?
I thought it was an accident. I was like, whoa. But just that match was just the strikes.
Oh yeah.
Everything, the bumps that were taken in there, it was just on point. And again, like we don't know how they were mentally.
True.
But they just clicked, and that's a beautiful thing.
Click, bump.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah. And it's a beautiful thing, and I'll do it here with you because you are part of my crew.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, everything just clicked, and it's a pleasure when you can really click with someone in the ring.
Oh yeah.
Like when it comes to just overall people that I can think of that clicked with him and I in the ring is. You actually met him, the one referee, Danilo.
Okay.
Danilo and Fibio when we all went to eat out.
Yes.
Me, Truth, Mike Chioda. Who else was there?
That's it.
Oh, okay. And I don't think we ever talked about that, but that was a lot of fun. But Danilo is someone I always clicked with in the ring on the minor league level. We just always gelled.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, on the road, I think we might have mentioned Bo Dallas.
Okay.
Bo Dallas, Taylor.
Just
people that you just clicked with in the ring. Heath Slater, people you just clicked in the ring with. And Scott Hall and Shawn, man, they amazing.
Yeah, for sure, man.
What other matches were on there? I think Brett... Brett beat Yoko?
Yeah, and before that, Owen beat Brett.
Oh, yeah, the opening match.
That was a great opening match.
Yes. That's the whole reason why freaking WrestleMania 10 was my favorite. Brother versus brother.
Yeah, and I think that was such a cool story, the way everything was executed, because here's Owen Hart, the little brother, finally got to prove to the world that I can beat big brother Brett.
Yes.
And I think he also had a little segment backstage. He got a little promo he said something probably along the lines like, I told you I'm better than Brett, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm the best. Woo! You know how Owen is.
It's so annoying, but I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
And I think it's so, the story was told so well because the night ended with Brett, winning the championship and all his coworkers putting him up on the shoulder. And you get a shot of Owen looking from like the entrance, kind of like, what? I just beat this guy. And here goes Brett again. Putting the crown on him. Like, I beat him. That should be me. So the jealousy, the storyline continues.
Yes.
And I heard a funny story about the Owen and Brett little storyline. At that time, they kept kayfabe like big time, right? It was nothing but kayfabe.
I'm a big fan of it to this day.
Yeah. So they're not, of course you know this, but baby face and heels weren't supposed to travel together. But I think on one flight, they had no other choice. So Owen had to travel with Brett, and they were passing through the TSA line. And the TSA lady's like a huge fan. She's like, I knew it. I knew you guys weren't really fighting in real life. And like Brett was like, I think Brett was the one that actually told that story. But that's fun.
Oh goodness, yeah, I'm a huge supporter of kayfabe. You know, anytime like if primetime players are heel and Neville is driving with us, we would drop him off and then like go around the corner a couple times and then pull back up in the same car.
all that work. I love it. Yeah, you gotta stay committed.
Strict, man, kayfabe like a mug.
Yeah, you have to.
I love it, man. I just love the business. So.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so like those are my favorite WrestleMania moments. Any more WrestleMania 10?
Okay, so we got the ladder match. You mentioned briefly Brett and Yoko, Brett and Owen. To be honest, that's all I remembered for 10, man.
Yeah, and like I just didn't like that short ramp.
Yeah, but I did like the X, like how the entrance had that X.
Oh yes.
For 10, that's really cool.
Yes.
For me, I loved WrestleMania 12 because that's the first WrestleMania that I watched.
The Iron Man.
Yeah, Iron Man and Arrowhead Pond.
Yeah, I'm trying to sound smart, you know. I'm just like clueless.
No, yeah, the Iron Man match. But it's funny because I've been a wrestling fan before that. But at that time, I just didn't know where to find like pay-per-views. So I didn't get to watch like any WrestleManias. But that was the first WrestleMania that I watched, and it was so close to home because that's where we used to live. Yeah, well, my parents. Yeah, we bought the pay-per-view.
Yeah. I had the gimmick box.
Oh, the black box, right? Like some of my friends would have like, hey, you want to watch WWF pay-per-view? Yeah. But like it's a little staticky. You can't really see it in black and white.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
It'd be messed up. But would you do that or no?
No, I mean, I probably did as not that WrestleMania though, for sure. I watched that WrestleMania. But I felt like the lineup for that was amazing. Obviously, as a huge Shawn Michaels fan, that's my favorite match of all time, the Iron Man match. Shawn Michaels winning his first world title. And man, like, again, that's when I thought wrestling was real and the results weren't predetermined. And I was so nervous that the time ran out. And Brett had Shawn in the sharpshooter. I was like, no, like this can't be how it ends. And at that time, Hot Rod, Roddy Piper, was the commissioner. Or I don't know if they called it, the term was commissioner, but he was something. Yeah. He was like in charge. And once they said that, like, I don't know if it was a Hot Rod or Gorilla Monsoon, but when they said the match has to continue, and I like popped so hard.
Gorilla, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And that boyhood dream story was told so well, in my opinion, and it was so great. And we also have a lot of like gems in that event too, with the street fight with Goldust and Roddy Piper.
Yes. I thought that was sick.
I thought that was too real. Yes. There was a part where I think Rowdy hit Goldust with a brick or something on his head. And man, he was pretty stiff, dude. And Goldust was bleeding. And
have you heard any like what they thought about doing that match? Like, have you heard any views with Goldust or Piper?
If I did, I forgot. But I think that match was supposed to be Razor instead of Piper. But that's when Vince knew that Razor was leaving. So that's why they put like Piper in there. But I remember again being a kid, not understanding why Goldust was wearing a lingerie underneath the gold suit. So when like Roddy Piper like tore his like his little suit off, I'm like, wait, are you telling me that that's what he always wears inside his suit? But that was funny, man.
I love Goldie, and again, I gotta have stories. If I have stories about someone that really make me laugh, I'm gonna tell them.
Yeah, man.
I always talk about Goldie in interviews. On live events, he always like. Anytime we did live events, and he loves getting beat up. He loves getting the heat put on him because he does it so well. Believable. He knows when to fight back and stuff. So he's one guy I always studied and watched. And being able to work with him, it's all business and everything, but you're still a fan. Anytime I got to like work with him, or against him, I always try to outsell him. You know?
Yes.
That's what makes a beautiful match. He's selling, you're out selling him. It's just like we're trying to make each other look good.
Definitely.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And there would be times when Goldie would be a little beat up, you know? on tour 10 nights in a row.
Yeah.
We're doing 6-man tags or something like that, primetime plays and Goldie.
Yeah.
And, he's taking heat every night, and he wants, to take a night off. So backstage, he'd come up to me, and he'd play mind games to me. He'd be like, hey, Darren, you can say no, but you mind taking heat tonight? I said, Goldie, are you kidding me? I'll do anything for you, damn it.
Yeah.
So I would take heat, but he likes to play mind games with me. But if you don't want to, it's okay.
He would guilt trip you,
yeah,
right?
he's a fucking OG.
Yeah, he knows how to work the system.
I would do anything for him. So I try to outsell him in everything. I try to do, the spit in the air, because he knows how to do it. So I try to outsell him.
I remember he actually commented on our picture before. I think it was the Nutella sketch that we did.
Yes.
And he commented like, is this a Nutella commercial? And I was so happy because I'm like, oh my gosh, Goldust knows I exist.
You damn right.
That was so cool, man.
But I get giddy when he likes my stuff and comments like that. So Goldie still has a lot of love for me, and I got a lot of love for him.
That's amazing, man. Did you go to any WrestleMania events as a kid before you were a pro wrestler?
Yeah, my first WrestleMania that I actually went to. Yeah. My uncle, who lives here in LA, he's a big time doctor at the urology center at Cedars-Sinai now, so I'm glad to have family with me. But back WrestleMania 17, he was living in Houston, Texas, doing some medical work there. Okay. So he found that WrestleMania was there. I obviously knew WrestleMania was there, so he flew me out to Houston to do Access.
Cool.
He brought me to WrestleMania, and this was the WrestleMania where I think Linda McMahon was
in a coma. Yes, yeah, I remember.
And then my uncle, who's a big fan, very quiet, he has his moments when he expresses his love for wrestling. When she stood up, he went crazy. He stood up too. He was like,
anything is possible.
Yeah, and we still talk about this. We still talk about that experience. So
that was a big moment. I remember that because she stood up in slow motion, and Vince was turned the other way.
Yes,
and the crowd was so behind it. It was cool.
Yes, and being able to experience WrestleMania 17 and be a part of Access, my Access was so special to me. And Sergeant Slaughter was doing autographs there.
Cool.
And I got to meet him. I got to say how much of a fan I am of him. Yeah. And then meeting him at WrestleMania 17, and then fast forward to when I got into the business and doing extra work with WWE. There was a time when he worked backstage, and he would be the money guy. This is when you go there for extra. Anytime
WWE. You know that company that you worked for for years?
I get so excited. I get giddy. I get giddy. I get so excited. But Sarge was handling money, and anytime I would be invited, he would always pick me to do extra work. He would always pick me. He always took a liking to me. Yeah. So when I got signed and I would see him at, backstage at a lot of events, I would always go up to him and give him a big hug and say, oh, thank you, Sarge, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be with WWE. Yeah. And he always says, no, you did it yourself. You did it yourself, young man. I'm very glad you're doing well. Just so kind, man. I mean, again, it's very competitive. There's 12 extras. There's, it's survival of the fittest.
That's true.
So he always took a liking to me, and there was a time when I had some issues in 2007 where I ballooned up. I was almost 300 pounds, and I had got word that I had after my dark match, he was on headset. And he was like, man, what happened to Fred? He put on 50 pounds. And I was just devastated, Yeah. And eventually I improved, and then I got signed in 2009. But Sarge always let me know when I was doing well and let me know when I was doing wrong. So just to be able to meet him WrestleMania 17 and fast forward to work, being an extra, then getting signed, those people that helped me along the way, I'm forever grateful.
Full circle with Sarge, man. Now let's talk about the WrestleMania experiences that you had as a working pro wrestler.
Yeah.
So what was your first
The first
WrestleMania?
one, my first WrestleMania, I guess, would have to be, what would it be? Arizona? Damn
Okay, wow. Wait.
it. Phoenix, Arizona?
Like you being involved, not like in a match, but like
Just like with the Nexus.
the Nexus. Okay, so that was Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, we were
yeah.
on stage and stuff like that and
Yeah.
doing the deal, but we were mainly working Access and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then probably the Andre
The Giant.
Yeah, Andre the Giant. I had a moment there.
Okay, great.
And I begged and pleaded for that moment because Titus and I had split up, so I was kind of doing my own thing, and that was going to segue into me and Bob Backlund.
Yeah.
And I was with Scott Armstrong, who was helping organize, and I said, of course I'm not looking to win it, but of course I'd love to win it.
Yeah.
But that's how you make stars. Obviously.
Yeah.
But let me be like one of the fourth ones in there to have a little moment and then get thrown out so I can have a story. Oh, what a nice showing by Darren Young.
Yeah.
Let's see what's next for him in the future. So I had a moment where me and Kane had eliminated Mark Henry.
Yeah.
And then I turned into Kane. I shoved him, boom, I did it. And I turned in and I didn't tell Kane. That I was going to push him. I said, no, I want to throw him off guard and like show him like, get his natural reaction. We know where we're going.
Yeah.
So I pushed him. He stumbled, and I turned into me, and Bo Dallas turned into his Goozle. I love the name Goozle.
Never heard that term before.
Yeah, grab you right around the Goozle.
The double choke slam.
Yeah.
After that.
Well, not a double choke slam, but double Goozle, and he pushed us into the ropes. And
okay.
and we got
Cool.
eliminated. I think that's when Baron Corbin won. I think.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So that was the second battle, Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think I was involved in the one before that. I think I was involved in all of them actually, but that was my favorite moment.
Okay.
So,
Nice, dude.
just to be a part of it, just to experience it. I'm a fan, man.
Yeah. Sure.
We're both fans, so just to be able to experience it and say that you're a part of it in any way, fashion, speaks volumes.
And as cool as that experience is, I think one of the experience that you told me prior to us recording was actually even more cooler because you told me that you were a part of the Undertaker's entrance.
Oh yes,
that is nuts, dude.
WrestleMania 20.
20, okay.
MSG.
Was he wrestling Mark Henry or something, right? Around that time?
Yes, he was. And the ramp was different. We talk about the ramp. WrestleMania 10 was one that stand out to me for having a short one. WrestleMania 20, I think, was different, right? Or was it still short?
No, I had to. At that point, there were long ramps, dude.
Long. So again, I was hired as an extra. They were in the Northeast area, and thanks to Dr. Tom Pritchard, who was booking talent, a coach at the time. I was able to be a druid. Now,
explain what it. Oh, go ahead, go for it.
Yeah, you know where I'm going with this, Arnold.
I'm just so excited, man.
It was very nerve-wracking because these sticks that we were holding were very heavy, man. And I don't know, and I was strong, but it was just so heavy, and it was nerve-wracking because you don't want to drop these on live, a live entrance. So they had us put on these hoodies, and they drenched us with flame repellent or whatever they call it. So we don't catch on fire. So we put on these gowns, these black gowns, probably 20 of us, 10 on one side of the aisle, 10 on the other, holding these heavy sticks, and they light them, and we do the entrance. Of course, we rehearse the entrance to make sure it's spot on, but these sticks are so heavy, and I'm just nervous like always. And we do the entrance, and I'm holding the stick, and it's just it's a moment that you'll never forget. I don't know how to explain it. You could probably explain it in better words than me. It's just you're just standing there holding these sticks, and you're just watching him because you can kind of see because the gown is there, and you're just watching him just going in front of you, and you're just holding these sticks, praying to God that you don't drop it. But one guy, I think my trainer or at the time IWF, he got burned or something.
Oh my gosh!
No, he didn't get burned, but his gown caught on fire.
Oh,
so
no.
WWE knew how to change the cameras, and you could see them like putting him out.
Yeah.
Then they took to another camera.
Yeah, they definitely did not show that.
Yeah, but no, it's a small, like 2 seconds. Like if you watch it back, it's like 2 seconds, and then they pan away.
That's crazy, man.
But just to be a part of the entrance was just amazing.
Iconic, dude.
Iconic. Something that I'll never forget, man. Never.
It's so.
And then doing it, and he was wrestling Mark Henry, and then. And then years later, I'm driving his big ass around. Driving Miss Daisy.
Another full circle.
Yeah, I love Mark, man. I love his wife would always thank me.
Yeah.
Because sometimes he gets tired. And I love driving. I love driving as long as I can control my own tunes.
Yeah.
So I would drive him around for probably a good 5 years.
That's crazy.
But I had a lot of fun, a lot of great experiences with Mark. But just full circle like we talk about.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. I always find it fascinating to find out like later all these like wrestlers who didn't have like a name yet, and you come and find out later that they were a part of like a certain entrance. Like the Hardy Boys was a part of King Mabel's entrance when they were holding him up in the pedestal. Like in that, remember like there was like that was the Hardys, Matt and Jeff, and I think Matt was like 18 and Jeff was 16, and the camera pulls up on Jeff's face and he's like struggling, and he had like a bowl cut at the time. This was like 95 or something like that. And
King
also
Mabel.
What'd you say?
No, keep going. King Mabel. I have a story about him, but keep going.
And also CM Punk being a part of John Cena's entrance
in
Chicago.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Since it was his hometown and he was part of the mob.
Yes.
The gun and everything. And man, I just think CM Punk.
What do you think he was thinking when doing that interview? He was just probably like.
Probably hated it.
He hated
it, man.
Exactly.
Because he was already a star in the indies at the time, and like now you're like a prop for like Cena's entrance. I can only imagine, man. But this is what I was gonna say. Like CM Punk is so charismatic and so talented. He's who he is, right? And even as like one of those gangsters, he had a moment, he had a shot where the camera only pans to him, and he was like hanging off from the car, and he just played the part, man. Like whatever you give it to him, he might not like it, but he'll do it 100%, and he was into it.
Yeah,
like he played the part, but it's
so weird. I didn't think he liked working with me. I didn't think he liked working with me on NXT. I didn't think he liked working with me, but then fast forward to when I came out and he approached me at SummerSlam in catering after his match with Brock Lesnar, and he was all iced up. And I have my back to people in catering that are watching the show live.
Yeah.
And he comes up to me and he tells me to stand up, and he's like, "Give me a hug." And I give him a hug, and he's like, "Very courageous for you coming out and living your truth. If you have any problems with anyone in the locker room, you let me know and I'll take care of it."
Wow.
I said, "Oh, thanks a lot, Punk."
That's
so
really
it's just
big
like, what? Like, I feel like he hated. He probably still hates me, but like, he hated me.
I don't think
in
he
NXT.
hates you.
Like he didn't want anything to do with like the vignettes and stuff like that. And I was a nervous wreck too, because I wasn't out when he was my pro, and I just hated the whole NXT. I could do an episode on that.
We should.
The freaking obstacles stuff and stuff like that. I hated it. It was a nightmare. When I would see those yellow ropes being put on, I would have nightmares, man.
Yeah.
But now NXT now is off the hook.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's funny what you say about Punk, man. Just very weird, man. When people ask me about Punk, very rough around the edges.
I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty confident that I don't think that it's not like he didn't. I don't know if I'm saying this right. He probably liked you. That's all I'm saying. I'm sure he never had an issue with you. If you probably saw him in a bad mood, it's probably because he thought the same thing that you did. Like how stupid this whole NXT thing is. Like, why am I being a part of this? Why am I not like doing things that matter in WWE right now? Because at that time, that's when he wanted to, he should be at where he felt like he should have been like top dog at that time, So it was probably that. It wasn't you. But yeah, dude, like I remember the first time you told me that story was so mind blowing. And did you say that CM Punk? So was he the first to kind of like embrace you
it was him, and it was Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Big Show, Mark Henry. And it's funny with Mark Henry, he was one of the first ones because before I had came out, he was like, I was backstage, I was new, the NXT and the Nexus, and like sometimes the guys would be a little, rough around the edges with us, and like Mark Henry saw me in the locker room, and he was just sitting there on a couch, man. I can just remember it. And he was like, man, why you got your hair like that? And why you got them gold sequences around your hair? It makes you look gay. I'm like, oh, damn it. I said, Mark, man, I just stuttering over my words. I'm just trying to look different.
Yeah.
And fast forward to like when I had came out, and then people that embraced me, Punk, Randy, Big Show, and then Mark Henry was the first one to call me up, man.
That's amazing, dude.
He was like, man, I got family like you, and like he don't know what to say, man. He's like, oh, okay, Mark. I was just nervous, but. Yeah.
You know who else was? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But another thing that was funny was when I saw you at Xbox podcast, I could tell that he also wanted to show you love and everything, and like the whole like coming out story. But you could tell like Xbox was so scared of saying the wrong thing.
Yeah, I'm like,
he was very like, he was like, oh, he kept on going to the camera like, you know what I'm trying to say, without like actually saying it because he didn't want to like sound like offensive. But that was funny.
Yes, and Pac was like, it should be a big deal now. I said, yeah, it shouldn't be a big deal. I mean, but people do go through bullying, especially cyberbullying. So it's a serious issue. So me being, I feel like the expert on it, I just try to attack the issue.
Yeah.
Being the block the hate motivator. Another plug,
yes. So let's now talk about the WrestleMania card. Real quick, what we got lined up so far. Again, nothing is. There's some matches that's still not official, but I do feel like there are matches that I know where it's going as of right now. But let's just start from the. Oh, okay. Before we start with this, I just want to. I don't know if you know this yet, but congratulations to the Hart Foundation. They just got. They're gonna be in the Hall of Fame. Brett and Anvil. The news broke out today.
That's amazing. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Brett's a two-time Hall of Famer now.
Oh, that's great. Brett is, like I said, the relationship with Brett and I goes not even involve wrestling. When he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, I connected my uncle and him together, and like Brett said, like out of all the doctors that he talked to about his issue, my uncle was the most informative. So anytime I see Brett, he always shows me so much love. And anytime I see him, he always makes it a point to, talk to me. And when I got released, he was one of the guys that actually helped me get a lot of bookings squared away with reputable promoters. And I have such a great relationship with him. And it's like, he's one of my favorites, one of my top 5 favorites.
Sure.
So to be able to help him out meant the world to me. But I'm glad he's doing well, and I'm glad he's going to be a 2-time Hall of Famer. Yeah, I remember actually being at your house when you got that delivery from Bret Hart with his Roots Fight clothing line. Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, and his wife Stephanie, who I'm very close with on social media, she always. Any messages I have for Bret, she always makes sure that he gets it. And he's a big supporter of the Block the Hate movement. Yeah. So he is. Anytime I do conventions with him, or if I know he's on it, I'm like a little kid, and I run right over to him. And he talks to me. And just imagine all the stuff he's like been through. Holy moly! I can't, man. Like I could just the conventions are pretty quick, so we can talk 5-10 minutes. But I wish I could just sit under the learning tree in person. I mean, we've all heard the interviews, but just to be able to sit with him is a whole different ball game. Whole different, congrats to the Hart Foundation. But talking about the card, let's just start from the top. The Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar defending his Universal Championship against Seth Rollins. This is gonna be a phenomenal match. I always enjoy seeing matches with Brock Lesnar working with technical guys, like smaller guys. I enjoyed his match with Finn, but the one that we saw together, Daniel Bryan, was my favorite. Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Yes. I never got to fully watch his match with AJ Styles, but I heard that was really good, too. But, man, Seth Rollins is going to
tear the house down.
Absolutely. Well, what do you see happening? Like, do you see a lot of?
I can't.
Do you see the Shield getting involved? Do you?
I think the Shield might get involved only because right now, as far as I know, they've got nothing for Ambrose yet at Mania.
Okay.
So maybe with the Shield, but I kind of I hope it doesn't happen because I kind of just want the spotlight on Rollins for the main event. But I do definitely see Rollins going over because, come on, there's no way that Brock's going to go over after, like, last year's WrestleMania when he went... It was, was it last year when it was Reigns against Lesnar? The fans didn't even like both, but they were like, all right, well, Roman's going to win. And then, like, Lesnar won, and they got even more pissed. Like, what was the point?
Yeah.
What was the point? So I think WWE has to make the fans leave happy. And I think this is like Rollins' time with all that momentum. I actually heard that this was going to happen maybe like last year, man, when they started pushing Rollins and when he started having longer matches on Raw. I heard rumors like, oh, it's because they're pushing him to be like against Lesnar for Mania. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I heard. But yeah, I mean, it came true, so I think he's gonna kill it, man.
I always try to wonder what kind of creative way can they really take out Brock Lesnar, because like you have got without a assault weapon, like how are you going to take him out?
Yeah.
And how are you going to destroy Brock Lesnar? And is he going back to the UFC at all? Or?
No, I think he's booked for future dates with like you know how WWE has that like deal with what country? I forgot.
Oh, Saudi?
Yeah. So I don't know. I heard that he's booked for those future dates. But
oh wow.
Regarding your last statement, that's a good point with how Seth's gonna take Lesnar out, because I don't know if you saw the Finn match at the Royal Rumble, but they did this really like great angle of Finn pushing Brock into the corner of the table, like the pointy edge of the table, and then Brock got hit in the stomach, and Brock sold it really well, and he sold it throughout the whole match that he was hurt, being stabbed in his ribs with that sharp edge, that he made the fans believe like, okay, like if I lose, like this is why.
Yes.
So that was the angle with Finn, which I thought was well done. It made Finn winning almost believable, and that was really smart. Brock's great at selling.
No, he is.
He's great.
I love how they start matches. Sometimes they just start matches just with Germans.
Yeah.
Just start. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to tie up. But with him, it's not pretty, but it definitely gets the results that, you expect to see.
Yeah. I think the whole Suplex City thing, how they always go into that, was because they're scared of the Goldberg and Lesnar chemistry, But anyways, so do you think Seth's going over, or?
Yeah, why not? I like to see him go over, and then the big dog's probably gonna be around the corner. So
yeah, I hope not. To be honest,
you know how that works.
Yeah, sure. Okay, Ronda Rousey, Flair, Becky Lynch. What are your thoughts?
Again, I hope it's the main event.
It might be.
I hope it is, just because to have that moment and to be the first to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited how they're really pushing the storyline, especially with Ronda's husband.
That's right. I saw that
getting involved. It's just very rough. I love it.
How do you feel about WWE constantly trying to let the fans know that WWE is scripted by saying Ronda's gone rogue? Ronda's gone rogue. And
what does that mean?
Like kind of like going off script and like basically trying to say like, oh, this is not breaking like kayfabe or whatever. But I didn't see it for myself, but I heard Ronda would like have certain tweets saying like, oh, scripted or not, I'm gonna like whoop your ass to like Becky Lynch. Yeah. I enjoy that. I kind of like that
too. Yeah, and I'm not gonna talk bad about it at all.
Yeah,
I love it.
I mean, that actually kind of brings kayfabe, right?
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
So I love that. I don't know if Becky Lynch is going over for that one. I mean, that'd be great because of the momentum all going to Becky Lynch right now. But I think it's so expected that I don't think it's happening.
What, you think Charlotte's gonna do it?
I think it's gonna be heat on Charlotte, and she's gonna win.
And I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, give her that moment, give her that exposure. But like I said, to take Ronda out, it's gonna have to be like Brock Lesnar style.
Yeah, for sure.
It's gonna
for
be
sure.
so cool how they really orchestrate that.
And I'm so happy that she's a heel now. She's such a natural heel.
She does not care.
Yeah.
She does not care at all, and I love it.
She did a great job for being a baby face, though, because I know how hard that is. You know, especially like I think the fans automatically just wanted to boo her because like, who are you coming into like our wrestling world and you're getting this push? But I think she did a great job being a face, given what she's got. You know?
Yeah, it's difficult being a babyface to get the people to like you.
Yeah.
So being a heel is just like whatever you say, whatever you want to me. It's easy, fun, but to get the people to like you, it's hard. It's special, you know.
Yeah. So what do you think? Who's gonna take it? Lynch, Flair, Rousey?
I hope Flair.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I hope Flair. I think that'd be cool.
Excuse me. Yeah, Flair. Sorry.
I think Flair's gonna take that one.
Okay. Triple H versus Batista.
Like I said, I don't mean to call this an easy match, but this is an easy match to get away with if you're still dealing with something, which I don't think he is, but this is the wrestling fan that's still in me. I'm thinking this is just an easy way to like just brawl and fight and anything goes. You don't have to worry about any crippling bumps or anything.
Yeah.
That as a fan, as a pro, that's how I think.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about it. I think how they set it up with
perfect.
like Flair getting beat up by Batista, and you know to jump off the match. The one reason why I love Batista is that I think his last run, again, he's really good friends with Titus O'Neil. He's one of the reasons why Titus got signed. He said that he thought Titus could do wonderful, and Titus pursued it. So they're really good friends.
Yeah.
And I think Batista's last run. Do you remember when it was?
Oh yeah, it was. Oh, when it was? Oh man, maybe like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah,
with the Shield and Evolution.
Yeah, well, at that time, he was getting limos to city to city from arena to arena. So Titus and them being boys, like Titus was like, "Oh, come ride with us." I was like, I don't want to like step on any toes or anything. But Titus being Titus got it. So
no shame in the game.
Yeah, all three of us hopped in his limo on several occasions, and he took care of us. And there was a time where I when I was drinking, I had like blacked out and I went to sleep. I was sitting in the limo, and then I wake up. And Batista's on the floor of the limo, and Titus is on the long part of the limo. And I'm just like, man, Batista's a nice guy.
What a stand-up guy.
What a freaking stand-up guy. And Titus, what the hell are you doing? But like, I love him to death, but I was just like, man, that's a nice guy, Batista. But he's always been kind to me, and
that's awesome.
To see him come back, I've always enjoyed his entrances.
Because
the pyro, and he's just got so much attitude. He's got so much swag when he has his entrance. He knows he's the shit.
Yeah.
So I've always been a big fan, and the body guys, the guys that really, walk the walk and talk the talk, and I'm excited to see him back. I'm excited to see. Of course, even though that Triple H might have did me dirty, I'm still a big fan of him.
Sure,
man.
man.
Leave it at that.
Yeah.
I'm still a fan of him. So whatever.
This is a match that I don't know who's gonna win. Because on one count, Batista's made it very, very clear that this is how he wants to go out of the wrestling business, to have the angle with Triple H. And usually, like when you go out, you do the job for the other person, right? So, I don't know, Triple H might win, but at the same time, how boring is it to have another Triple H victory at WrestleMania? Like, is he gonna win, or is he gonna lose, elevating, not that he needs it, but elevating Batista into the Hollywood world with his momentum with Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's like, an A-list now. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know. This match is a toss-up for me. I don't know how it's going to go. It's 50-50.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Shit, I don't know.
The next one is Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin. And for you listeners out there, I'm using air quotes because there's no way. I don't care. There's no way that Kurt Angle's last match is with Baron Corbin.
I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but
I think it's gonna be a surprise John Cena match. And John Cena's not booked in the show, but that's gonna be the WrestleMania moment with John Cena, and it's again full circle with John Cena having his first match with Angle, and the whole ruthless aggression.
Why not, baby?
And
Why not?
I think that's gonna be a great.
Play the music. Play his Thugonomics music.
Oh, I forgot how it goes. Oh yeah,
play that WrestleMania.
Dude, there's gonna be such a huge pop.
Yeah. Do we want the pop for him or do we want the pop for Angle? Play that music.
Dude, I think that's what they should do. That's amazing.
I
didn't even think about that. I did not even think about that.
Have him come out
with the visor.
Yeah, all that shit.
Yeah.
All that shit on the people would erupt.
Oh my gosh, dude. I hope that happens.
Yeah. Why not? Be great. Why not? And again, this is a personal favorite of mine. We don't know what's gonna happen, but you got Cena. What about Taker?
Yeah. Okay. So my prediction is that it's gonna be Cena, and Cena goes over, and they're gonna have a sentimental moment in the ring, hug. Thank you, Kurt, and all that. It's gonna be a nice send off for Kurt.
I think so. But I also said that I think I might have tweeted out. I'd love to see an NXT star.
Yeah.
Velveteen Dream.
Oh my gosh.
That's how Dream Over, Kurt.
What a huge honor that would be for Velveteen Dream.
How about a shirt, Dream Over, Kurt?
That's smart.
Like, what the hell? I mean,
that's smart.
That's how we elevate stars.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, that's a
Velveteen
great one too.
Dream.
That's a great one too, man. And I do enjoy this whole Kurt Angle. What is he called it? His last round tour or something like that. His going away goodbye tour.
Yeah.
And he's actually going to be wrestling on SmackDown this Tuesday against. I forgot. Is it? Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe. Oh,
yeah.
They've had
back in the TNA
history.
days.
Man, if I found out that was wrestling Kurt, I don't care what stage, and they were going to take my life after that. I would be perfectly fine. I would be perfectly fine.
You're like, I'm gonna tap out. I'm done.
Just like I just want to be able to be in the ring with him and work him. I don't care how slow people think he is. I don't care.
Yeah.
People want to call him slow and like he's off. I don't give a damn. I love the way he moves. He's always been one of my favorite performers. And back in the day, the relationship I had with him was when he was doing the Kurt Angle Invitational for WrestleMania, him and Shawn Michaels.
Yes.
Like he would always, because I guess the medal that I was holding or guarding was the actual gold medal.
Was it heavy?
I don't remember, man.
Yeah.
But it probably was. I don't remember. But he let me hold it several times when we were doing it. And again, that's like having opportunities by him and him always remembering me and always showing me love. I'll never forget.
That's awesome,
he
man.
put over Headquarters clothing merch
That's
that
right.
Pedro and I had gave him. He really liked the Persistence tee.
Yeah.
Kurt, the intensity that he shows in the ring, I always tried to mirror, and he always made it believable and entertaining. He had everything.
Yeah.
He had everything.
Yeah.
So this going away match, him against whoever, I hope it's Cena too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fitting.
Yeah.
It's fitting. But I'm very excited for this match.
I was
excited last year when he wrestled
Ronda.
Him and Ronda,
against Steph.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. But to see him one-on-one, I'm really going to enjoy this. And even in that match last year, I felt a step off because I think he was trying to worry about Ronda and showcasing her, making sure she gets, her spotlight. So I think
he was a team player.
Team player. So him to be showcased by himself this year, hopefully against whoever, I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
But I wish I was able to share the ring with him.
Yeah.
Share the ring with him, like a guy like him, a guy like Owen Hart. You know what I mean?
Yep.
To be able to be backstage with him. And it's funny, last night I was watching some old WWF superstars, and like another guy that speaks to me is Mr. Perfect, you know?
Oh my God.
Like how he moved and how he worked. And
I love his bumps.
Yes, and being able to share the road with his son, you know?
Yeah.
I had so many great experiences with Axel. Fun experiences backstage on the road, on the tour bus. You get what I'm going. I've shared it with you. But just to see him, the way he moves like his dad and everything, I've always enjoyed sharing the ring with him.
Right.
So last night I was just watching him. He was just killing it on Superstars. The matches were like job matches, 4 or 5 minutes. So, I get in those moments where I love watching wrestling and stuff like that. So his name speaks to me. You know, Kurt Angle, and I think Mr. Perfect might have helped Kurt Angle when he got involved in WWF at the time. Like, might have had a match or two with him to help him out.
Oh, great! Wow.
But that, I don't think that was ever televised. It was like a dark match.
Wow, what a dark match that was, man.
But yeah, I'm very happy for Kurt.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle. I can't wait to see him wrestle.
It's gonna be amazing, man. And this next match, I don't know how I feel about it. Both great wrestlers, Roman Reigns and versus Drew McIntyre, because they're two amazing. Like, I want to say they're almost similar in a way, like how they should be pushed, you know, but in a different way. Whereas Drew's gonna be pushed as the heel and Roman as the baby face, but they're both like, they have such similar looks, similar like strength. Like, you know, they could be going at it. Like, I just don't think it's the right time to have a Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre match. Because I want Drew to go over, and I also want Roman to go over.
Yeah.
So someone has to like lose, you know? Yeah. And I just feel like this match, they haven't done it justice because there's no momentum going into it. There's not really any, it's too short of a timeline. I get it because of, Roman's illness. And now that he's back, they want to do what they can to like make sure he's part of the show. And it's obviously going to be an amazing match. It's going to be a great match. But I just think it could have been even way better if it's pushed down later on. If they have more of an angle, more of a story, you know. But regardless, it's going to be an amazing match.
Sure, I mean, I agree. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see what's going to happen.
Yeah. The Raw tag team is going to be a triple threat tag team. Revival versus Rude and Gable versus Ricochet and Aleister. I'm not a
lot of new faces, you know?
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah. First of all, I just want to say how happy I am to have Ricochet and Aleister performing at Wrestlemania.
You're big fans of him, huh?
I'm a big fan of Ricochet.
Okay.
Obviously, I like Aleister Black, and like he's super talented, but Ricochet, man, he's my boy right now. So I'm glad they're having a WrestleMania match, but I'm not a fan of like sticking two guys together. Like, oh, you got nothing going on? Let's make you a tag team. I'm speaking about like Rude and Gable, you know, because now Gable's using Rude's gimmick as like their tag team. They come out with the glorious matching tights and all that. And I still don't see them as a cohesive unit. But on that note, Ricochet and Aleister, yes, they perform well together. Yes, they're a great tag team, but why couldn't they come in individually? Especially with how heavy Aleister Black's gimmick is, how dope his entrance is. Yeah. They should have like not just like throw him in there, you know? Like they should have made a bigger deal of them coming to the main roster, and it should be more of an anticipation instead of just like I mean, what a waste, man.
Well, when did they make their debut? How long ago?
This is the thing. It was like maybe like last month, and the debut like sucked, dude. Because Triple H is like trying to get eyes on NXT. Like, guess what, guys? Surprise! A bunch of NXT guys are performing. Like NXT guys coming out. So it was Ricochet, Aleister Black, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso. And it was like, dude, like you're gonna like the best of NXT. You're just gonna like throw them all in Raw just for the surprise. And no offense to wherever they were at the time, but when Triple H announced that, whatever city it was, the crowd was dead. It wasn't like a huge like wrestling city. Like no one appreciated like maybe half of them didn't even watch NXT.
Yeah.
So it was dead, and I just like so pissed at that. But
Well, you're gonna start somewhere, so
yeah, but it just could have been done so much better.
Mm.
But I mean, hey, they're going to WrestleMania, which is a huge accomplishment.
And this is a title match?
Yeah, because the Revival are the champs,
Okay.
and I hope the Revival goes over because they're like a real tag team.
Sure.
How about you? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm big fans of the Rival. I definitely see them going over. I definitely love what Rude and Gable are doing, you know? I mean, we're in the entertainment business, so we have to keep entertaining. As much as guys want to wrestle,
Yeah.
hey, you got to put on the robe and walk the walk and talk the talk. But yeah, I think that'll be a good match.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be an amazing match. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. The women's tag team match, I think as of right now, is uncertain who Sasha Banks and Bayley's gonna face.
Okay.
So it's still up in the air whether it's Tamina and why is her
My
name?
girl Nia?
Nia Jax,
I love my girl.
or Natalie and oh my God, don't tell me.
Wait, is
Beth Phoenix.
so yeah? Beth is back, huh?
Beth is back.
When did she come back?
She came back maybe a few weeks ago when she rescued Natalia from Nia Jax and Tamina. So
Wow, they're really close too.
I know, yeah.
I know they definitely talked about doing this storyline, and like, you know, it's now gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I think it's really cool. Beth looks great.
she's always like in shape, man.
Yeah, always. Yeah, she just had a baby
Oh, cool.
a while ago.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, she's ready to get after it, and
Yeah.
I'm excited to see her back.
Yeah.
She's killing it in the gym. She's always been very impressive to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. You think it's going to be a tag match?
I think it's gonna be a triple threat again.
Triple threat.
Just to have everyone involved, and I
Sure.
think Natalia and Beth Phoenix are gonna go over, and that plays in really well to Jim the Anvil being in the Hall of Fame. So I think Natalia is gonna have like a moment, you know, for her dad.
Wow.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I just have to pause there because I mean that's gonna be a special moment. Special moment. Yeah, I definitely would book that. Book
Yeah,
it.
it's gonna be like
Book it.
special.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Nah,
Yeah.
but I know what you're saying. Yeah, that would be special, man. That's gonna be a
Yeah.
WrestleMania moment, and I think that's gonna be one of the highlights of Natalia's career. She's held the Divas Championship, she's held the SmackDown Women's Championship, but to have that moment at WrestleMania, also honoring her dad, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, let's do it.
And especially with Jim the Anvil Neidhart as a tag team guy, like how great would it be to be a tag team champion as well, you know?
Sure.
Daniel on the SmackDown side, Daniel Bryan versus possibly Kofi Kingston.
It's got to be Kofi, man.
Yeah.
Damn it, man.
Yeah, it's got to be Kofi. That's not official yet, but I'm saying it right now. It's gonna be Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston.
Vince McMahon is the best.
Yeah, he's great.
He's the best at like building you up, right? Building you up.
Yeah.
And then just digging into your ass.
Yep.
You know? Turning the brothers against each other. He's great at that. I love it. You know?
Yeah.
You know, why are these guys going to be sitting on the line, you know, doing all the work while you take the glory, you know?
Yeah.
But free bird rules, you know? If Kofi's the champ,
They're all champs.
They're all the champs.
Yeah.
I mean, do it, but hey, you got to play, you know, the analogy I use at wrestling clinics is like, are you like this in bed? Or are you like this? You know? You want to give the people everything,
Sure.
you know? So,
like, gotta create the melody of it, you know?
And Vince is a genius at it.
Yeah.
So, what's going to happen? So, is that match going to be official?
I think maybe this week. Maybe this week they're gonna do something on SmackDown to make it official.
Oh man!
Because we're 2 weeks away, man. Or what if they get risky and don't actually make it official until the day of WrestleMania? How that might actually work out better.
Oh yeah, why not? Again, the card is already set, so
yeah.
Let the people like what's gonna happen. So what, they can leave it open ended? What, we don't have a world title match?
As of now, no.
A WWE Championship match?
As of now, no.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan against someone.
Yeah. So why not keep it open ended?
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
I think that's great. But this is very important because it would be honestly a first. Because You could say it if you want, but Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is
the first African American champ.
Yeah, man, let's do it. Let's do it.
First WWE champ, not counting the World Championship with Booker T, Mark Henry.
Yes, exactly. So there's two different titles that
Sure.
even on the roster that still confuse me.
So
WWE
many of them.
Championship and WWE title.
Yes.
So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm excited about it. So I think that should be a last minute deal and have that moment. Man.
Kind of wish it was the last match. I want it to be the end. Because come on, that's like a payoff for Kofi for 11 years of being a team player.
Yeah.
It gives the other guys hope,
Wow, yeah.
It could happen to anyone.
Sure.
Not saying Kofi is anyone. He's like an extremely talented guy, but
sure.
Anyone who's underappreciated. I'm saying.
Yeah, Kofi's always been a good guy, and he comes from the New England area. I come from the Jersey area, so I've spent many times I've spent with Kofi in the ring. On the minor league level, the independent level.
Yeah.
So him and I had a tryout match in probably 2005 or 6, and he ultimately got signed out of that tryout match in the New England area. He was doing the Jamaican gimmick, and I were in great shape. We were right leveled off, but he just had that Jamaican gimmick. He just had that it factor.
Yeah.
So him and I had our match, and he ultimately got signed, and he's ultimately, crossed my fingers, be WWE champion.
Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen too, man. The next match is Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio for the U.S. Championship, which is gonna be another amazing match.
That's gonna just be fun to watch, man.
Their matches with Andrade and SmackDown with R-Truth, they just have great chemistry already. So that's gonna be almost like an easy for sure, great match, kind of
I'm looking for his son to get involved.
Which he will.
You think so? Yeah.
That's the only reason why he had a segment on SmackDown.
Because if you look at his IG, it's him and his dad practicing a double 619.
Oh, what?
And
really?
It's beautiful. Yeah, you go to Dominic's Instagram. You go to his Instagram. Him and his dad are practicing doing the double 619. So that would be perfect. And I don't know how old Dominic is, but he's looks like he wants to do NXT in the future, and I think
he should.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Keep it in the family, baby.
I met Dominic during the whole Eddie Guerrero storyline, because I was telling you before, Eddie and Ray and Chavo used to get rims for my dad, and Ray's manager Ed invited me to a live event, WWE house event, and he had me stick around until the show was over, and I think the main event was Rey Mysterio tag teaming with RVD against the Dudley Boys, and RVD and Ray went over, and at the end I was able to go to the front and just say what's up to Dominic, but we never met before, but I was at that time he's probably 10, and I was 21 or whatever, but I was hey, Dominic, nice to meet you, man. My dad's actually worked with your dad, just want to say hi. And he just looked at me with a confused face, who are you? But that was my interaction with him. But he's super crazy tall now, taller than his dad, taller than us, I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe not me.
I don't know, man.
Oh, what?
He looked.
What you think?
I think he's taller than you, dude. He was literally a Ray copy and pasted twice, stacked on top of each other. He's a tall dude, man. But I don't know, maybe not taller than you, but he's pretty tall.
Yeah, I don't like to look weak. I'm just joking.
But I think he's gonna get involved. The next match is Randy versus AJ. Two solid performers.
I remember Mark Henry doing an interview on his radio show that he does.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he had a radio show.
Yeah, it's Busted Open Radio.
What if it's World's Strongest Radio Show?
No.
The Busted Open. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and he said that's a main event type match.
It is.
And they've been really going at it with each other on promos, huh? I've been watching it.
And not only promos, I love the sneak attacks. The RKO out of nowhere and the phenomenal forearm out of nowhere. And that's the first time Randy has ever had that happen to him. because that's like Randy's gimmick, you know, like
I don't know where.
out of nowhere. And after Randy's promo, AJ Styles came from the turnbuckle, you know, and the camera didn't like show that angle of him like climbing up, and it's just like boom, you know, looked really great. It's like Randy getting a taste of his own medicine, you know.
The camera angles are where it's at, the little details. But again, that's definitely a main event type match.
Yes, so many great matches.
One thing Styles said about Randy talked down on the independents, but AJ Styles followed up with perfect answers, saying that, you know, look in the locker room. Half the locker room are indie guys running shit.
That was a fire comeback. I love that.
Man. The back and forth, and I know they're gonna put on an amazing match.
Yeah.
Amazing match, but the promos are where it sells it.
I'm confused why WWE really just mentions Dixie Carter out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, push the envelope.
I don't get it though, because like that's not the first time they mentioned the TNA reference, right? Remember back in the day when not back in the day, maybe 2 years ago when it was Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens like begging to have a job on Raw.
Oh yes,
and then like Kurt Angle goes, "Oh, I hear TNA's hiring."
Yes.
And that got a great pop, but like I wonder why they're doing that.
Push the envelope. It's not hurting nobody. Push the
But
envelope.
legally they can do that.
Yeah, I'm sure they can. I don't know how that works.
Yeah,
I don't know how it works, but yeah, push the envelope.
I like it. I'm not complaining. I like it.
Yeah, they're not saying anything bad about TNA.
Yeah.
It's just a cheap plug.
Yeah. This next match I'm not a big fan of. Shane versus Miz.
Why not?
Because I love The Miz, and I think right now he's on fire, and I think he's a great baby face right now. And for the last 3 years, you know, he's at that level where like the fans like respect them because he is such a workaholic in and out of the ring. Anything WWE asks him to do, he does it in the most perfectionist way.
Yes.
But dude, Shane, come on, it should be another wrestler. You know, as great as Shane is, and he's so talented, great athlete. I think someone else should take that spot.
I love Shane being in the spot because I love that he's not a wrestler, you know, and his style is just unorthodox. It just looks real and rugged.
With his like punches that barely like touches you.
Yeah, I mean, I think some might catch you.
Sure.
Some might catch you. I don't know if Jericho had a story about him like getting caught with a punch or something.
Okay.
But I was asking you that. I don't know if you ever.
I didn't hear anything about that.
But yeah, I mean, he just has an unorthodox style.
Yeah.
Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
I love the spot that The Miz is in. I always talk about The Miz anytime I do interviews. I always say that, man, when I first met him, he was like one of the loudest guys in the locker room. I had to leave out. I had to walk out. I just couldn't be around it.
Yeah.
You know, because it's just too much. He's always on backstage. But over the years and being able to do one of my last serious storylines was with him. And he always... he helped me out with promo segments because I was nervous.
Yeah.
You know, I was nervous. I wanted to do well. He helped me out with that. He was rooting for me to maybe take the title for him. And he was just rooting for me.
Yeah.
And he helped me out so much. So, again, over the years, I became to love him. I love being around him. So,
great guy.
Yeah. So I'm going to enjoy this match. I'm going to enjoy this match because, again, I know Shane's going to do something crazy. Like... You remember hearing that story a couple months ago where he survived a plane crash?
Oh yeah,
that was like sick.
He's an Iron Man, dude.
I don't know how it went down. I don't know if there's video of it, but like there's like footage of him talking afterwards. He's just like
like nothing happened.
Well, he looks kind of out of it, but he's like kind of like he's sweating. He's like talking to the media. It just looks so crazy.
Yeah,
but I'm definitely going to enjoy this match to see what they're going to do.
I think it's going to be great.
And I think this is going to be a match where they're just going to be fighting all over the place, huh?
And also, Mrs. Dad's going to be involved.
Mrs. Dad, you think?
Yeah, well, because the whole storyline is how Miz wants to make his dad proud. It's a little unbelievable because, you know, I like the whole thing that the dad is involved. I'm not complaining about that, but it's not realistic that The Miz says with a straight, serious face, "My dad has never said I love you to me until I won the SmackDown Tag Team Champs."
What, you don't believe that?
No way. Because, I mean, listen, The dad didn't say I'm proud of you during his WWE Championship run. He didn't say I'm talking like kayfabe. He wasn't like proud of him in his like longest reign as being Intercontinental Champion. It was the SmackDown Tag Team Champ that did it, like the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. That's when it was like, oh son, you've done it now. You know, like come on, like the dad should be in the storyline, but it should be, I don't know, just that part I have a hard time believing.
Yeah.
But I know it's gonna be a great match, and I know we're gonna get a great coast to coast from Shane McMahon.
Sure.
And man, Shane's like a robot, dude. Like he's more in shape now than he was before, and he's like, for his age, he's not even for his age, I think for any age, he's like so athletically like gifted. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next match, I don't know where they're gonna put it on the card, but it's the cruiserweight with Buddy Murphy, and Tony Nese just won his #1 contendership at WrestleMania, and I think that's gonna be another great match because
and that's just a singles match, huh?
Singles match.
Wow, so I can see other guys will be involved in Battle Royal or something.
Possibly, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you like the singles match?
For what? For the cruiserweight?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's when they get to showcase it.
You don't like a 4-way or?
With the right
crazy?
people. With the right people.
Yeah, I guess with the right people. But yeah, the singles, we don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed the Cruiserweight Championship last year when it was Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali.
Yes.
I feel like that should have been on the main card, you know? But now they're treating the kickoff like, hey, no, it is the main card, guys. Like, you know, like, it's still WrestleMania.
So this Cruiserweight's going to be part of the main card?
I don't know if it is. I want it to be. That's what I'm saying.
Well, how many matches are going to be total? Like, I heard like total top to bottom it'll be like 17 matches, no?
That's what I hear too, but right now I'm counting 13.
13.
But I don't know. Yeah, maybe 17. I don't know, man. Like, again, like some matches aren't being like official yet, so who knows?
And this is 5 hours?
I have no idea. Maybe 7 hours. And you know, like I'm here for it.
I think the main show is 5 hours.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah, maybe.
And then the other show's like 2 hours.
Yeah, because they're gonna have like 1 hour of the kickoff of just them hyping up the matches.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely gonna look forward to watching it with you.
Yeah, that'd be so fun.
Yeah.
I'm down to do that. So yeah, I think the Cruiserweight's gonna be a great match. I think Buddy Murphy's gonna retain, because I think he's doing so well with the Cruiserweight Championship.
Sure. I haven't been really following it.
Me too.
As much.
Me too. That's why I'm saying Buddy Murphy, because I don't know too much of like Tony Nese's work.
Yeah.
You know?
Again, he started in my area wrestling, so I've always seen him and I always took a liking to him. Mm-hmm. Great physique. I'm glad he's getting the push that he deserves, because I've seen him. He started at the bottom and now he's a part of WrestleMania, so I'm just happy for him just as a person, because I know him personally.
That's awesome, man. I think he's gonna do amazing, and I think this is gonna be his moment that people are gonna start paying attention to 205 Live. You know,
I wonder what the other cruiserweights think about it. I'm sure they're hurting, because it's like it's a competitive spot. You know, there's only so many spots that can be filled. You know,
it's true. Yeah,
that's why I always wish there could be more, like 4-way or something, more guys involved. But if it's just a singles,
I hear ya.
You know.
I mean, I don't know how they feel, because, as a fan, like, to me, when I see, like, Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese, I don't think cruiserweights.
Oh, yeah, they're big guys, yeah.
So,
why don't you look at them as cruiserweights? You just
just for that size. Yeah. They're big guys. Like, they move like cruiserweights, but they don't have the look. I personally wanted to see Lince Dorado have, like, a push, because I think he's, like, intensely crazy.
Another big Block the Hate supporter.
Oh, cool. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I think like it should have been him, but I don't know. Congrats to Tony Nese. It's gonna be great.
Sure.
The last match so far is the Andre the Giant battle, memorial thing.
Yeah, that's to get everyone on the card, and that's always a good moment to be a part of. Nice little payday.
And they're making it. They're highlighting Braun Strowman on that.
Braun Strowman. Okay.
Yeah.
I know he wants to be a part of the main card. There's nothing going on with him, huh?
No,
he's just coming back from an injury.
Okay, maybe that's why. No, they're doing like a little storyline with him and some like actors, some Hollywood actors. Like I forgot what show they're from, but they were like.
Is it more like comedy?
Comedy. So it's like.
So I need a swig of my glutamine BCAAs.
I'm gonna take a swig of my coffee from my wife's merch.
What does it say?
I'd give up coffee, pero like I'm not a quitter. So yeah, what I was gonna say is I think they did a storyline where like two Hollywood actors came to Raw, and Stephanie McMahon greeted them, and one of them says like, oh, like what, like wrestling is fake, right, or something like that, to get like heat on them. And to be honest, I never really followed up on that too closely. But then I don't know how Braun Strowman got involved, and there was a segment where Braun had the actor up against the wall.
Oh, backstage, yes.
A lot of backstage segments building up to that. So I know they're gonna. And then Stephanie invited those two guys to WrestleMania, so I'm sure it's gonna like come into play. They're gonna have a little moment at the.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Bingo, yeah.
I don't know, man. I kind of want someone that I'm not expecting to win the Battle Royal to win. Because if it's, I don't know, that's the thing. I wanted to be the surprise.
Yeah, exactly.
I want maybe Apollo Crews.
Apollo Crews, yeah. yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Because he's actually getting a nice push these days.
Oh, is he?
Like he's getting, because before it was like, he was a tag team with Titus Worldwide. But with him wrestling Kurt Angle and going at it, that was
so
great.
Lucky, man. I watched that match, short match, but I just wish I was a part of it, man.
Yeah.
Kurt being my favorite, but yeah, I'm a big fan of Apollo. I always shout him out on social media. He shouts me out.
Nice.
He knows how Titus is, so I always say to him.
You give him advice on how to deal with Titus now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm very happy for him. You never know. He could, get that WrestleMania rope.
Yeah. I mean, just the fact that if it's Braun, it's going to be so predictable. But I am kind of sad that, like, they're treating Braun this way, but I get it. There's so many, like, other wrestlers. They have to fit everyone. Everyone has to play their role right now, and it's not forever.
Yes.
It just sucked because last time Braun's role was also comedy. But it's okay. Yeah. At least he's on the show.
Like for me, like what do I say? Because I've kind of seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it from the inside. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like that's all like the card as far as right now. But
so far, yeah.
I figured to finish this off podcast, we're gonna say what would be our dream WrestleMania match if we were to put something together.
Okay. I guess we would have to be a tag team in putting this together. So it's not my own car. It's not your own car.
Oh, we're doing cards. We're doing like this show. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
So I think, like I said, involving brothers, WrestleMania 10 opening match, Owen Brett. Fast forward to our dream WrestleMania, brothers, Hardys, Usos. And maybe involve, who else did I have?
Hardys, Usos, Cody and Goldust.
Oh yeah, Cody and Goldust.
Yeah.
Cody and Goldust. That would be my dream.
Tag team championship?
Yeah, tag team championship.
Okay,
yes.
I love that. Yeah, same. We agree on that. Okay, we got the tag team. How about for the Intercontinental Championship? Who would you put two together? Like two wrestlers, either they don't have to be exactly from the same time, but like two wrestlers gonna put a classic IC match. Who would you do for WrestleMania? I'm gonna think too.
I thought you had a Intercontinental Championship match.
I don't know if I did, but right now, like it just popped into my mind is Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk.
Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk. Okay.
Because they did have a match before for the WWE Championship, but Daniel Bryan wasn't the Daniel Bryan we know now. It was just when he just won the World Championship against the Big Show. But I think that's going to be a fun match.
How about Daniel Bryan against... oh, Jesus, man. It's so embarrassing.
What?
AEW.
Okay.
What's the... Jesus, shit.
Give me a hint. I'll get it. What does he look like?
Damn it, man.
Are you gonna say Hangman Page?
No. Fuck, man.
Marty Scurll? Oh no, he's not even in AEW.
No, terrible.
Neville? Puck?
No, the blonde, the curly hair.
Blonde curly hair. AEW? Blonde curly hair?
Terrible, man. Terrible.
What ethnicity is he? AEW, blonde curly... Kenny Omega!
Kenny Omega.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's all good. So Daniel and Kenny Omega.
Yes.
That would be great.
Yes.
That would be
Daniel
great.
and Kenny Omega. See,
Yeah.
we just talk for hours. I just get so...
Yeah.
I get so tired, man.
It's so funny because like I didn't even get that because I don't even consider like Kenny is like blonde, but you're right, he is blonde. Yeah. I'm like thinking like when you said that, Kurt Hennig popped into my head. So I'm like, wait, who in AEW?
Sorry,
No, but you're right, he is blonde though. Yeah, that'd be great.
But I'd love to see Kenny Omega and
Yes.
Daniel Bryan. That's a dream match for me.
Yes. That's I think that'll be a dream match for a lot of people.
And maybe involve CM Punk, a three-way.
Yeah.
You know, you said CM Punk, but dream card.
Yeah. Okay, so we got the tag team, we got the IC US Championship. Who would you pick?
I don't know.
For me, this already happened, but I thought it was such a good match, and it was such an underrated match, like no one talks about it. But Ray against Cody.
Ray against Cody.
Because they had a match at WrestleMania before. That's when Ray dressed up as Captain America, and Cody had the whole like cover my face with the like mask gimmick, and Cody went over, which I was glad because he had his like WrestleMania win. But they put on a good match together. So I think them, especially being the American Nightmare, the U.S. Championship, that'd be like an easy like beam, I guess, if he becomes the U.S. champion and he's known as the American Nightmare, the dad, the American Dream. It all ties in together.
Sure. Now, this is probably a dumb question. Are the Young Bucks brothers?
Yeah, they are.
So maybe throw them in there too,
Yeah.
into the tag team. So
Yeah.
it'd be a fatal four-way tag.
That's
right?
good. That's really good.
Fatal four-way tag.
You're right.
I'm talking.
I think that's already 5 though. That's not even a fatal 4-way because we got Hardy's, Usos, Cody, and Goldust. Oh yeah, you're right. I think that is 4. Okay, with the Bucks, that's 4. Yeah.
Why not? So this is a worldwide global show.
Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. Imagine.
Okay, so all right, you say that. When it comes to like icons, well, I mean, when it comes to like someone like the Undertaker, I mean, we're dealing with so many icons, but someone like the Undertaker.
Okay.
Maybe Undertaker and Muta.
The Great Muta? Oh my gosh,
Undertaker
yeah.
and Muta.
Wow, let's talk about like 2 worlds collide, man.
That never
Oh jeez.
Now that's a never before, never again.
Never, yeah.
And I think Muta, I think he's a little beat up. I think he's had some knee replacements. I don't know if he still works, but he moves a lot slower.
Yeah.
Of course, age. You can't. Michael Jordan can't play forever.
Sure.
So I think that match, man,
That'd be crazy, man. That'd be so good.
that would be.
Yeah.
They got to go long, man. They got to go like 30 minutes or so.
So it would be nice to have Muta in the prime and then like a 1998 Undertaker to see that match. That'd be great.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, let's do the main event. The WWE World Heavyweight Championship. How about this? You pick a guy and I'll pick opponent for that guy to close off the show. Past or present?
Shawn Michaels.
Oh, you already know my answer because we talked about this. If you're going to pick Shawn, I'm going to pick 1997 Sting.
Okay. Yeah.
That would be amazing. Because those are my top WWF. Shawn was my guy.
Did we ever talk
Sting.
about that or no?
We did.
We did?
Yeah.
And Shawn being my favorite, I just thought of him.
Yeah. I thought you were doing that for me.
No, no, that shit was not set up.
Yeah.
It was never set up with us, but
Yeah.
damn. Yeah, I like that.
Shawn 98 and Sting 97. Oh my gosh.
But
Fire.
you like what the dark Sting?
Yeah.
I like the blonde Sting.
Okay, you like the
I
blonde
like
Sting
the
better.
blonde Sting, the orange boots, the what color was that? It could have been aqua or something.
It was so many.
Like some kind of color. I love the bright colors
Yeah.
in the blonde Sting. But you love the dark Sting.
Who would you want to go over in that match? Sting or Michaels?
Sean.
Same. Same. As much as I love Sting, Shawn.
And we were talking About Sting selling, right?
Oh yeah,
The little details, man, are very, very, very important to
Yeah.
me. Little details. Yeah, he had a nice sell to him.
I told Fred that I love how like Sting stumbles in the ring.
Man.
When he would get hit, he'll do the like
Yeah.
the 3 steps, you know,
Yeah.
which is super great. Oh
Yeah,
my god, I love that.
I always use the analogy. You get rocked in a bar, you're not gonna just fall on your back.
Yeah.
You know, you get rocked in a bar, you're gonna stumble. I've never been rocked in a bar, but I've seen
imagine,
it.
yeah.
I've seen it.
Sure.
I've seen guys get rocked.
Sure.
So yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing main event match.
Mm-hmm.
So I was prepared with everything for our WrestleMania podcast episode, but that's like the dream card I had it mentally in my head. A few of the matches, and like I said, I remember Taker, Muda, and I love the main event being Shawn and Sting. Yeah.
And I would, in a perfect world, I only want one world championship match.
One world championship.
I don't want it to be universal, world. Like I just want one title.
Yeah.
That represents the company.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes it mean more, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, less is more or whatever.
Whatever. Hashtag all the above. Well, that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was like, oof. We went over an hour and a half.
I'm always a nervous wreck when I'm preparing to film with you because I just don't know. Sometimes I'm at a loss of words. But this is therapy for me.
It's fun, man. Like, it's so funny because you say you're nervous. I'm just like, all right, you ready?
Yes.
But thank you guys so much for watching. This is such a fun episode. This is my favorite episode that we've done so far.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, because just going over the WrestleMania card and everything, that was great. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you guys like this video.
Yes.
And again, we're on iTunes. Make sure you guys subscribe to there for Pro and Bro Wrestling Podcast and our Instagram, Pro and Bro Wrestling, all the above. We love doing this for you guys and we love doing this for us. Got anything to say?
You steal all the spotlight. You worse than Titus.
I just have a lot of feels.
No, you're great, bro. That's why I'm here. This is like therapy to me. I always say. So thanks for having me at the compound.
Of course, man. Of course. That's it. We'll see you guys next time.
Block the hate.
Block the hate.
Great.